Okay, on wagon stock, obviously a number of 8-plank private owner wagons, and with new numbers and new liveries. Southern region pillbox brake vans, several of those. Vent vans. These are Eastern ventilated 12-ton vent vans, and also 10 tons. Loads of those. 27-ton steel tippler wagons, 13 tons high-sided wagons. BAA coil carrier wagons have been announced. In rail freight, Collis, also some more BDAs. SPA wagons. Now these are due very soon, although they weren't announced that long ago. In rail freight red, rail freight metal sector, EWS, some more TEA bogie tank wagons. Well, looking through this, the one thing that really strikes you is just the sheer number of new announcements. JJA Auto Ballisters here. It's not surprising they've given themselves a 2-year time period to get all this out, because there's just loads of it. It'll be interesting to see how soon they manage to work their way through all this. Finally, on buildings and accessories, they've announced the Art Deco station sets, which have been available in 00 in Engage, and a few other bits and pieces. Here, some more low relief structures. Big 4-road engines, shed, bus depot. So a really wide range, really great number of new products that they're planning over the next 18 months. It'll be interesting, as I say, to see when they appear, how many of them appear, whether their plans will change depending on what other things are brought out by other companies. But that's the announcement that they made in March. Well, that's Farish. Let's have a look at what Dapple have announced in their annual catalogue. I don't have a print copy. This is last year's. But you can have a look at some nice pictures while I tell you about what Dapple have announced. They've announced the GWR Hall loco in 4 running numbers, 1 BR Blue and 3 GWR releases. Britannia Pacific, there's more running numbers of those. Obviously the HST book sets, which were announced a fair while ago now, they're going to appear very soon. There's 7 liveries available of those, 4 in the initial batch: Virgin, BR Blue Grey, a Swallow and Executive, and then later on you're going to see Grand Central, First Great Western and Cross Country versions of those. They announced them in 2 types. They originally announced them in book sets, each with 2 coaches, and just the power packs. There's debate now about whether the power packs are going to appear. If they do, it won't be this year, it will be next year. There are going to be more 9Fs, more Terriers, more B17s. I think we all expected those. The Class 86, they've said they will release 17 liveries over the next few years, which is quite an undertaking. Some have already started to appear. For instance, RES and a few others. More running numbers of the Class 67 and Class 66. The Class 58, I have the rail freight red stripe, one of them, because there are two running numbers of those. More releases of those. There's going to be mainline, the triple grey coal sector, and the triple grey unbranded, and the mainline triple grey. The mainline triple grey has already started to appear. It's already out there if you want to grab that one. Coaching stock, more Gresley coaches, but this time they're going to be light bar ready. They're going to be in crimson and cream and teak. And more Colette coaches, more numbers of those. The Class 26, which was previously announced, should hit the shops quite soon. That's going to be in BR Blue, BR Green, coal sector and rail freight red stripe. More silver bullets, not the weathered ones, the clean ones. 4 more running numbers of those. They not cheap, £25 whatever each, but absolutely stunning looking. So I'm sure they will be snapped up very quickly. And remember, with most of this stuff, Dapple only do 500 of each of the running numbers of locos and each of the running numbers of rolling stock. So once they're gone, which is often why they have to do more releases of them. Newer stock, rolling stock, they're going to do some J&A Falcons, 4 running numbers of those, and IOA Ballast Wagons, again 4 running numbers of those. More Hymex, powered and dummies, in BR Green and BR Blue. And then the previously announced, but a bit more info has come out, Class 121 bubble car, 4 liveries, empowered and dummy. And then Class 142 rail car, 5 liveries powered and only 4 dummy. I think it's the Pt2 livery that doesn't have the dummy announced yet. Book sets, they've announced they're going to do a book set of the Springbok B1 with 3 Gresley coaches in crimson and cream, a Class 86 twin pack in Network Rail yellow, and a Southern Region freight set, which is going to have a BR liveried Terrier with some freight wagons. So that's the new announcements. For the smaller companies, well, Union Mills, who do some very nice ready to run locomotives, have announced that their locomotive for this year, they tend to do one new one a year, is going to be the LNWR Cauliflower. So that will be popular, I'm sure, and some of their other stuff is still available. So check out Union Mills if you've not checked them out, because they're very good, strong locos. The haulage capacity is excellent on them. Okay, the detail isn't quite the level of some of the newer Farish and Dapol releases, but you can obviously super detail them, and they look great. So that's what was announced in February, March. Now I'm just going to quickly run through what's actually started to appear, either from those announcements or from previous announcements in the last month or two, and what you can expect to see in the next month or two. So looking at what's been released in the last 6 weeks or so, Farish first of all, quite a few 14-ton tank wagons, Shell ICI, Fina. There's been a B1, Class B1 in Lake Crest, the weathered version, that's 372078, that's hit the shops. Diesel locomotives, we've had Class 25 in 2-tone green, Class 44, Class 45 and Class 42 have all been released. Lots of coaches, Mark 1s, the suburban coaches have started reappearing, 57-foot Suburbans, and some buildings like the coaling stage, stone engine shed, things like that have popped up again. Dapol, quite a lot of Britannias, Oliver Cromwell, the early Crest version of Oliver Cromwell, Robin Hood has appeared as well. The DMUs, Class 156 regional railways, both powered and dummies, have appeared. That's ND112B and ND113B, and also in the 153, Class 153, the Northern Transpennine power and dummy unit have both been released, and a few more Class 67s, and as I said before, the Class 58 in triple grey coal has appeared as well. That's ND103F. In literally the last week or two, Farish have released Class 37 in BR Dutch livery, the Civil Engineers livery, that's 371466, so that's now available. Some Midland Mainline Mark III coaches have reappeared, and the Oak Hill Brewery, parts of that have started reappearing. The Tornado, the Dapol's Britannia Tornado, has appeared literally in the last week or two. Hymek dummy ND084M in two-tone green has also appeared. So that's what's popped up in the last 6 weeks or so. Now what can we look forward to in the next month or so? Well, from Farish we'll see hopefully another Class 37, BR Green, Lake Crest, and Class 46, also in BR Blue, 371587, and they're also saying that their Class 91 GNER with the DVT should be out as well. The 4F, Black Lake Crest, 372054, and the 8F, Black Early emblem, 372154, should also come out. The oft-promised Jubilee early emblem, the original one obviously was Hong Kong, the second one's called Rodney. They are now saying that should appear soon, in the next month or so. Lots of Mark 1 coaches, first corridor coaches particularly, in all the different liveries. Staniers, re-releases of some of the Stanier numbers and new releases of the ones that haven't appeared yet, both in LMS, Maroon and Crimson and Cream. And then in the wagons we should see the SPA wagons with steel coils in rail freight, both rail freight red and the metal sector, and also in EWS. Some fruit vans, OBA wagons and cattle wagons. For Dapol, the main release in the next month or so is going to be the HST book sets. Apparently we'll see the Virgin and Blue-Grey book sets in the next week. I'm speaking on the 2nd of May. I'm told they should be in the shops at the end of this week. And the Intercity Swallow should follow quite soon with other liveries later on. So it'll be interesting to do this next month and see which of these products have actually appeared. So that's it from Newsdesk for May. Hopefully there'll be another Newsdesk at the beginning of June. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Suggestions, requests, all accepted gratefully. Hope to see you soon. Until then, take care.